Ciao. I'm a farmer, and I've been a farmer for more than 36 years. Here on this picture, I stand by 3 animals from my cattle, and as a curiosity, the cow to the right may give birth to her next calf just in this moment, because when I left yesterday morning, she was ready to give birth. I love to be a farmer, but in Finland, it's not so easy, and I don't think it's so easy in other Western countries either. Every week in Finland, 5 farmers quit their activity because they can't make their living. And I think the proportion is almost the same all over Western Europe. Supermarkets and wholesale are very strong in this part of the world. And the farmers' power to negotiate is not so good. At the same time, 5-6 years ago in our region, people start to ask for locally produced food, organic food, and they screamed about it, but they couldn't find it from anywhere. I've been a farmer for a long time. 20 years ago, I was promoting organic production in our farmers' union where I live. It was somehow possible to discuss with the people in the union. I converted myself into organic production 27 years ago. And also with the processing industry, I could discuss. But when I got to the supermarkets, it was always some kind of disagreements about shelves, price setting, volumes. So I always was very, very frustrated about this. 2012, I participated in a map delivery in France by coincidence. A friend there invited me to this happening. A map is it's a like community-supported agriculture system. And I had never heard about something similar before in my life. And when I saw the system to exchange products between producers and consumers, I got overwhelmed of this genius way. So I thought, when I return back to Finland, I will like to create something similar back there. Well, back home in Finland, I gathered some strategical persons, and we started to plan for this. And by a coincidence also, I was employed by a national project to promote organic production. And within this project plan, it was also said that I should try to create networks. So it was already written into my project, the system I wanted to develop when I returned. In January 2013, the very first public meeting was held where we presented our ideas for the public. And it raised a lot of interest. A lot of people thought it was a good idea. And I started to look for producers that could participate. And that was perhaps the most difficult part in the whole thing. I've been working with farmers in our region for several decades as a mentor and advertiser and in different positions. So they knew me from before. And when I told them about I would like to create this system, they said, this don't go to work at all. But when you are the person asking for it, we are in. So I succeeded to find 15 producers that came into the system, and we created 2 so-called Reko circles at the town of Jakobstad and Vasa. Reko comes from the Swedish word rejäl konsumtion, because even if I live in Finland, I'm a Swedish-speaking. I belong to a Swedish-speaking minority. I speak also Finnish, so that's not a problem. And this word means in English fair consumption. So, the 6th of June 2013, we held the very first delivery at Jakobstad. And this lady to the left, Hanna Palavor, is the very first Reko consumer. She was the very first to pick up her order from a local bakery. And this started a very, very interesting journey. But how does this Reko system depart from other CSA models? Mainly it's because we use social media as a market channel. Every circle has like a closed Facebook group where producers and consumers ask for membership. And the administrators accept the demands from honest people. And then the market can start. The producers put their announcement, what are they selling, to what price, what way they want to be paid on this announcement, and consumers start to order by doing comments under this announcement. So when you start a Reko circle, you don't need to create something new yourself. It's just to use things that already exist. The first year, we had only these two circles in our region, and I hadn't thought about spreading it around Finland. But the year after, I got contacted from people also from other parts of Finland. So through rumor, it started to spread around our country. And at the end of last year, we had 170 circles with 250,000 members, 250,000 members. And you have to know that Finland is 11-12 times smaller population than, for example, Italy. So for the moment, about 5% of the total population is a member in a Reko circle somewhere. And the good thing about these circles, they are totally free. As far as I know, no one has ever paid a single cent to participate. Which are then the benefits for the producers and for the consumers? For the producer, there are a lot of different benefits. Everything is pre-ordered. So you just bring to the place where the delivery takes part things that are already sold. You don't need to make any advertising because it's like free, and the added value for your product can be considerable. As an example, I could take, for example, potatoes. When a farmer sells potatoes to a wholesale store, he gets about 12 cents per kilogram. In the supermarket, the same potatoes cost close to €1. But when the farmer sells through Reko, he can take 60, 70 cents, but that means an added value on more than 500% for this product. And I should say that the gap for the added value for the farmers through Reko has a variation between some percent just until 2,000%, depending on what kind of product you're selling. So for the farmers, the added value is very, very significant. And for the consumers that screamed about local, often organic products, they have got access to this possibility. They can come and meet the farmer every week or every other week and look him into the eye and discuss his product, if it's good or if it's bad. If it's bad, they don't order again. But meeting halfway and always meeting the producer, coming with this stuff, fosters trust between consumers and producers. Since we have nowadays we have a lot of different varieties of products sold through this ecosystem. So you can have almost everything except milk production, because the laws in Finland doesn't accept selling milk products on these kind of market types. But we have fish, bread, meat, honey, jam, berries, vegetables, fruits, eggs, bakery, bread, almost everything. And 4 years ago, it was not possible, at least in our region, Finland, to get anything of this. And a lot of farmers didn't know that they in the future should start to sell through this kind of system. But now there are many of them. If I show some figures, how the development went. So as we started 2013, as I already said, we had a very modest start. I overtalked 15 producers, and by the end of the year we had 400 members altogether, and the estimated turnover for these 2 circles was 80,000 euros. So it was quite modest. Next year, when it started to spread to other parts of Finland, at the end of next year, we had 750 farmers involved, 12,000 consumers. That meant we had a small increase of 3,000% in the membership. And the turnover was about 2 million euros for these. 2015, it started to happen really fast. At the end of the year, we had about 100 circles, and we had 10 times more members, about 120,000. And the turnover for 2015 was about 8 million euros estimated, because most of the circles were established at the end of the year. Last year, about 3,700 producers sold at least once through this Reko Circle in Finland. And if you compare that in Finland in total, we have less than 50,000 producers. That means almost 7–8% of all the producers are selling something through this system. And the members in Finland at the end of last year was about 250,000 persons. And my own estimated turnover for last year was about 30 million euro. Here you can see on the arrows where the Reko Circle in Finland is situated. The southern part is the capital. I live in the western part of Finland on the west coast. And you see there's not arrows everywhere, but you have to know where there's no arrow, there's no population. It's like empty land. So it's hard to establish anything. So where we have a big population, we also have these Reko Circles. Last year, it also started to spread into Sweden. 2 circles was established, and I also was invited to give a speech in Sweden last year. But at the end of January this year, I went to Sweden again for a 4 days promotion tour for the Reko Circles. And since January, during 3 months, they have established 26 new Reko Circles also in Sweden. So I think by the end of the year, they will have at least 100 circles. I know in this audience, there's also a person who would like to create a similar kind of system here in this town. So if you think it's a good idea, you should support him. During the years, I got a lot of awards for making this project. And it also always warms your heart when you are awarded for a good thing. But the very best award is always when a farmer comes to me and said, 4 years ago, I didn't have any future, but now I have a future. That's the best you ever can get. And as a bonus, during the last year, we have also new established farmers that been established only because of this system exists, and they sell everything they produce only through this. Thank you for attention, and thank you for inviting me here.